What's good, folks? Akwesidi Ashanti, comedian here. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about everything comedy related. So basically talking about my comedic journey. Today, I want to talk about the 5 main things that I have learned throughout my journey as a comedian so far. I mean, there's a lot more, but the 5, my five. And I'm sure that some of you might resonate with some of the 5 that I'm going to mention today because you might have your own little journey. I take that back. There's no such thing as a little journey. Your journey and mine, I'm sure there's crossovers in the 5. This is in no particular order, but number 1, I wish I had known that learning a new skill is going to take time. It's common sense, right? Yeah. I wish I had figured that out immediately because it would have saved me so much heartache. Folks, if you're learning a new skill, it's going to take time. Particularly a skill that you're not good at. I started comedy because public speaking wasn't my thing. Like I can always talk to people, even on the streets. I'm the guy that will start a conversation with someone, with a stranger. But standing in front of a whole bunch of people, strangers, and talking, that for whatever reason, I could not do that. And I know that a lot of people would rather, rather be dead than stand in front of an audience of people talking. That was, I didn't quite feel that way, but I just could not do it. Here's the thing, that was the weakest part of me. Me starting comedy was really to improve the weakest part of me. So not only was that going to be challenging, it was going to be the most challenging thing that I could do. So with any skill, just understand that you're going to suck at it first. You're going to eat, you know what, first. Just get that through your head. Don't be like me. Do not. You know what I mean. Number 2, failure is part of the process. You are going to fail. Obviously, it's something that is new to you. So you're not just gonna hit 100% every single time. Again, this wasn't in my head. I thought, you know what, even though I sucked at it, I'm still gonna be able to pick it up fairly quickly and it's gonna go smoothly. My very first set, I had a nightmare. It was so bad. It was possibly the worst experience of my life. Like I stood there, I had 5 minutes. First minute, I improvised. Like I saw, there were all these comedians, they were all white, and I was the only black comedian there. The first one, it was an open mic. They wrote their jokes on their hands. And I improvised with that when I was like the 4th comedian, and all 3 comedians in front of me did that the same thing. They were like, oh, okay, I'll talk about this one. And they'll speak to the audience and they'll tell their jokes, and they were good. So when I got up there, I thought, you know what, let me improvise. And I did. And I said, these white comedians, they can do things that I can't do. Before they jump on stage, they write their jokes on their hands. I would have to use chalk. It went down well. Excellent. I had 4 minutes to go. The material that I had written was horrible. I had 4 minutes, and that is a long time, folks. But we are past that. Number 3, celebrating small wins. So important because with something like comedy, there's a lot of mistakes and there's a lot of failures. When we have an idea in our head, the only way that we can articulate that joke or find out if that joke works or not is in front of a live audience. You can't just stand in front of a mirror or even in front of your friends. It ain't gonna work. You have to say it in front of a live audience, and it can go left, right, under, everywhere. So when you get a win, you take it and you celebrate it. Small. I think that's a big part of life as well. Celebrating small wins is so important because not everything's rosy. So when you get it, don't wait for the end. There is no end. Celebrate those small wins. Number 4, your eye on your goal. Whatever your goal is, keep your eye on it. Now, for me, is to be a professional comedian, have comedy pay my bills, have comedy live off comedy and be successful. That is mine. It's so tricky and difficult because sometimes you see other people doing really well and sometimes your eyes might go to see what they're doing. But here's the thing, they're not me. I'm not them. And I used to play football as a semi-professional. So as a young man, you get a little bit jealous of some people's wins. And when I started comedy, I had that maybe for the first 6 months, and then I thought, this is not the way to go. I have to focus on me, eye on the prize. It's like when you're running and real fast and you look to the left, you're gonna fall. It just happens. It's going to happen. So you gotta keep your eye on the prize. You gotta keep going forward and focus on what you can do. That you can't stop the other person, and nor do I want to anyway. And they can't stop what I'm doing. So you gotta focus on yourself. It's easier said than done. I get it. There are people who are going to be getting their wins. You're gonna see it. They're just gonna be propelling, but you can't. I can't focus on that. Good for them. Mwah. I'm happy for them, but I want the prize. Number 5, last but not least, patience. You know you probably don't have patience. I working on my patience. It ain't easy because you want to. Yesterday, I put in so much hard work every day. You know, finish a 9-to-5 job, come home, right? I'm recording a podcast. I've got urban productions that I've got. I've got a few other things, happening. And I'm so busy and I want things to happen now, yesterday, but patience. Just taking a deep breath and knowing that what I am doing, like I'm working hard. I'm not just sitting on my hands. If you're working hard at your goal, you just gotta know that it's going to come good. I mean, it's already working. I think I read somewhere, if you could see, like, who do you think you are to be able to predict the future? You can't. You cannot. The universe does not answer to you. It doesn't work on your timeline. Doesn't work on my timeline. So I just have to woosa. It ain't easy though. I won't lie, it ain't easy, but it is doable and it can be done because that's where you get your peace. Otherwise, it's just you're going from one, anxious situation to another. Me actually putting out these 5 little points, again, not little points, but these 5 points is, I think, very important for myself because they say to teach is to learn twice. So really me saying this is telling myself. I hope you've enjoyed this and look out for my other episodes coming up. Please hit the like button, help a brother out because I'll be doing more of these. I've got a show coming up in Sydney and I'm going to be driving there, so I'll vlog as well. So you'll see a lot more about, I guess, the trip and also the show when I get to Sydney. Hit the like button, subscribe. Really appreciate the love and support, and I will see you soon. I'm out. The Ashanti King is signing out.